It looks like Omid Scobie's ego has kicked in and the many accusations by royal journalists that he is the mouthpiece of the Sussexes and writes books at their dictation have seriously hurt him, or he's just pretending to. Whatever Scobie's relationship with Meghan and Harry, it's worth recognizing that he would have written similar books about the royal family without collaborating with the Montessite camp, if only because it's his bread, as are many other royal experts and writers. And whose side they take is more a matter of personal sympathy and, above all, profit. Claiming to be aware of the deplorable state of the firm, Omid said that his book is not about the Sussexes at all, but covers a more global history of the royal backstage and the Windsor's underworld struggles. And Meghan and Harry are just small pieces of a larger mosaic. And let's cut the crap. The final is about the current state of the British royal family. Scobie wrote on his social media account, "It's not Harry and Meghan's book. I'm not Meg's friend. The Sussexes have nothing to do with it. Their story is a small part of a much bigger story that can be read in 12 days. The Montessicians have once again been pointed out that they are not the center of the universe, on which all the world's literature on the British monarchy rests." But is this how convincing the words of the biographer of the Sussexes are to the public? That depends on the content of the book. In fact, Meghan and Harry have not lived in the royal family for more than 3 years, and there is little to tell Omid Scobie new and important. In any case, all the sensational details will appear in the press, so soon we will know everything. Well, on his 75th birthday, Charles received a kind of gifts from Omid Scobie with his excerpts from the book The Final, as well as from Netflix with their just-released 6th and final season of the series The Crown. The press is reporting that the Dukes of Montessite do not want to exacerbate the rift with the king any further, so they have categorically denied any involvement in the making of Omid Scobie's book, Sucking Up to the Family Once Upon a Time. However, they similarly denied any involvement in the writing of In Search of Freedom, but later confessed in a privacy trial that they had emailed instructions to their biographer. Now the Montessite couple have disowned The Final and even Scobie himself, claiming he is not part of their camp. Admittedly, few believe them. When excerpts appeared in the American magazine People about how William ignored messages from Harry and how the royal family didn't want to take the prince to Balmoral, most readers were left in no doubt as to how this information got to Omid Scobie. We all know that Scobie is their mouthpiece and he gets his information directly or indirectly from the Sussexes. So anything that hurts Charles, Camilla, or William and Kate is only going to make things worse, said royal expert Phil Dampier. The columnist lamented that the excerpts from the book came just after news of a phone call from Harry on Charles' birthday. It was also reported that Meghan also spoke to the royal, and that Archie and Lilibet sang happy birthday to you for Charles. However, a palace source denied this information, saying that the Sussexes planted the story in the papers on purpose. In general, what was actually there is unclear. At the same time, Omid Scobie writes in his book that father and son did not interrupt communication, and that the Duchess of Montessite constantly sends the king photos of Archie and Lilibet. The striking difference between Charles and William in relation to Harry is that Harry and Charles' relationship is still warm. Omid Scobie writes in his book, Harry would rather have a father in his life than cut off communication completely. When they talk, Harry often reaches out, and I was surprised to learn that Meghan has been texting Charles, sending him pictures of the kids, even though those messages are not personally addressed to him. I wonder what kind of helping hand Harry often extends to Charles, and to whom does Meghan address pictures of her children, and why the king did not invite his son to the party in honor of his birthday. If they have a warm relationship, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment.